So today we're going to be making this tutorial on how to get Melissa to pick up an object that's on a table. And there's going to be two methods. The first method is going to be using instances and just using a stop motion technique where you just hide the pineapple. So it's basically, this is three different pineapples actually. You can see that this is one pineapple, this is the second pineapple, and this is the third one. And I just hide them depending on what I want to see. Effective technique. Has a bit of nuances, but might be useful to you. But if you want to go for the simple, straightforward one where she actually picks up the object, just go to the timestamp which says like constraint pickup. I'll tag it in the comments. It'll probably be a chapter as well, and just go watch it from there. It's short and pretty to the point. Honestly, I kind of thought this one would be easier, but in the end, it turns out that the constraint one is probably easier. Let's get into it.
Need rigs? Ace5 Studios has rigs.
I'm going to start off by showing a very hacky way of getting this pineapple to move without actually without doing any constraints. Remember, like basically in 3D, often stop motion approaches work just as well as they do in stop motion. So, and we're going to start off, actually, I just realized something. That's a weird hand movement. So I'm going to show you how to quickly fix, if you're animating and you suddenly see this, well, firstly, we should make sure she is not in her pants. There you go. And keyframe it there. If you have this problem where you have like some weird rotations going on, the quickest way to fix it is select this object and go to coordinates and click return in rotation. And now it'll just, well, maybe here we still don't want it to be that rotated, so we'll move it here. But there you go, now you have smooth rotation. So it does take away your curve control a bit. You can't, in the curves, you don't have the Bezier handles, but depending on what kind of animation you're doing, this is the easiest way to fix it. My new character rigs will have better gimbal. This is called gimbal lock, I think. Or maybe this is Euler filtering. Anyway, my new rigs have it fixed, so it should be better. But this is just, I'm still doing a tutorial with the old one. But it's still a useful thing to work because sometimes you run into this problem anyway because it's just the way rotation works in 3D. So you have a quick fix for it. There you go. Quick tip number one. Now, how do we get this pineapple to get picked up, looked at, and then put down in a different place? Simplest way ever is just when she's picking it up. So let's find the keyframe where she's holding it. There you go, right? Let's get our pineapple, copy it, paste it, and put it into her hand stuff. And then when you keep playing it, ta-da, she has a pineapple in her hand. And then she puts it down here, let's say on this frame. And we copy it and paste it. And now we have a pineapple there. And then we just hide them depending on where they are. So it's just frame 10. We can go display tag. The first one needs to be hidden. So let's go display tag. Mine by default has this line mode on. Let's turn that off. Let's go use visibility. And let's go, I think it's, yeah, I need this guy to be at 100% now. And no, 100% at the previous frame. And on this frame, it should be 0%. There you go. So, nope, wrong way. Let's go this way. I just rearranged them down here. So, okay, I'm keyframing the wrong one. So, yeah, so this one, nope, that's not how we do it. Okay, let's start fresh. Watch. See how I just deleted the pineapple? Press undo. Got to make sure when you delete keyframes, you got to make sure your mouse is over the keyframe. If it's here, boom, pineapple moved somewhere. See, pineapple disappeared. You want to make sure you're deleting just the keyframes and all your pineapples are still there. And they're not. They're still somehow, oh no, maybe this one's just, we have visibility 0. Okay, so let's go. So this guy is visibility 100 and at frame 10, I'm going to keyframe it and then going to disappear after that. Okay, good. 0. Keyframe. Keyframe there. Yep. Now one pineapple. Good. Now the pineapple in her hand at frame 10. Let's go get our copy this display tag here. And let's just drag these guys around. Let's go. Boop. Boop. Oops. Messed it up. Okay. So this frame, it's currently at, what is it? 0%. And then on frame 11, we want it to be at 100%. keyframe. Boom. Pineapple in hand. And then when she puts it down, there you go on this frame. We want to copy this pineapple. Which one do we want to copy? We want to copy the one that will disappear. So this one, right? So let's copy it onto this pineapple. And let's just move these keyframes over here. And the hand pineapple, we need to keyframe it at 100% and then at 0%. And we should have boom, picks it up, puts it down. Magic. Now, you could use instances as well, because this way, if you want to change the pineapple, you have to change it in 3 places. But if you, basically, if you can use an instance, so you can go well, it's not 5C for you, it's Shift-C instance. And it can work. They have something selected. Instance. And instance. There you go. Now, the thing is, this instance will disappear at the same time as your main object. So, for example, here you'll see they both appear and both disappear. So what you want to do, let's delete this instance. No, let's keep it. Let's delete our other pineapples. So what you want to do is this instance of the pineapple, and let's make sure it's in the same place. I just did a reset transform, like I put it inside, and I click reset transform, and it makes it in the same position. And now this guy, let's place him on frame here, in frame 10. Let's place him in our hand. Now, he will disappear right now. That's because our tag is on the pineapple. All we want to do is we want to press Alt-G to make it a group, and then we want to put the tag on this object. And now, as you'll see, the first pineapple disappears, but the second one is still there. And then we can just copy this tag onto the instance and just rearrange these guys and move them over. And now no pineapple, boom, pineapple. And now when we put it down, and put it down, and we want to make another instance. We're going to copy this guy, control drag him out here, just not into the group. And visibility, also you want to drag this visibility thing all over here so that it only appears after she moves. There you go. So it's not there, it's placed, it's there, and you just want to now hide your hand pineapple. So once in the hand, you want to keyframe 100%, and the next frame 0%. And this way, there you go. Look at this animation. Boom. Can't even tell, but it's not constrained. So this is an easy way to do it. And the instance means that if I change anything on this pineapple, so if I raise it back here, it's a weird thing that I went black. Oh, because I went to point mode. Yeah, so if we, for example, change whatever this is with that, and then we animate it, they all get the same change. I would also recommend putting this into a null, so that the instance is of a null, so you can change the pineapple for an apple, or for whatever it is. Because right now, if we want to change this object, we have to redo all the instances and stuff. But if we just put it into another group, and we call this object to pick up, and we get these instances, and you point them to object to pick up instead of pineapple, we can now, for example, put a little sphere in there, which is too big, and we can add more objects, and they will all get picked up together. Let's say you want it, for some reason you have maybe dynamics or physics simulation or something going on, and you need the actual object to be moving around. You can't just hide and show them for some reason. That's also doable. Let's press Alt-G because it just makes it a bit easier. Call this, again, object to pick up. And what we're going to do is we're going to create some nulls, which we can constrain this object to while it's moving. So for example, right now, this is where it is at its base. So holding the shift key, let's make a null to go underneath it and call this position 1 and just take it out of the object so that it stays there. So if we move the object, the position 1 is still where we want it, where the object was. Now, when we move, let's move the hand towards the pineapple, and we notice on frame 10 we'll pick it up. let's get this null that we have here and copy it into your left-hand stuff and call this position hand. Now what I want to do is I want to get this object here and I want to add a constraint tag. And we're going to go transform. And in transform, we're going to go add, and we're going to add our position 1 in here, and then we're going to go add our position hand in here. Now, if we move the hand, if we move it around right now, you'll see the pineapple will be somewhere in between the hand and the position 1, because that's how it moves. So what we're going to do is we want to go to frame 10, where they're in the same place, and we want to keyframe position hand to 0, wait, and now you'll see that it just sits there. But then on frame, and also we're going to keyframe this to 100 as well, the position 1. And then on frame 11, we want to switch them. We're going to put this to 0 and this to 100. And now, boom, we have picked up pineapple. And then we just do the same thing here. When she puts it down, see there's a bit of delay going on. That's because you want your pineapple to be at the end of the hierarchy. So you want your pineapple, because right now it's looking at where this position hand thing is. And then it's going, it's like, oh no, the pineapple should be there, because it works down the hierarchy. So it looks first, where is this, where is this, where is this, and then it goes, and then it remembers, this should be following that. So instead, just move this to the bottom of everything, or at least below the Melissa character. And now you shouldn't have any lag. See, now it's tightly attached. And basically then we get down to this position where the last position of it. So let's say we want to put it here. And all we have to do is get our position hand and control drag this guy out and call this position 2. So it's a copy of it, not the one that was there. It's another one. And then in our constraint tag, just add another one. And let's drag our position 2. And basically at this keyframe, we keyframe this at 100. We keyframe this at 0. We go to the next frame. And we keyframe this at 100. And we keyframe this at 0. And there you go. See? Easy. Picks it up, puts it down. Picking things up with a PSR tag. I almost feel like this might be easier than using the other method. Yeah.
And remember, if you need any more characters, we have a bunch of stuff on ace5studios.com. All these characters are animation ready, rigged, have materials, are fully customizable, and you can use them in your own commercial projects. We also have more stuff here, like some free rigs you can try out. We have character building kits. We have packs of simpler characters for infographics and infomercials and whatever it is you're making. There's kids. There's also some animals there, so go check it out. You won't be sorry.